My name is Chandler Horton, and I am doing an introductory speech on the lessons that I learned from a split family. The general purpose is to introduce myself and to provide personal data. At the end of the speech, the audience should know that I value my family and that they have made me the person that I am today. Okay. June 5th was a day that my life changed forever. I was 16 years old when I found out my parents were getting a divorce. I thought this was going to be the end of my life, but little did I know what I would learn from the members of my family and about myself as a result of my parents' divorce. If any of you have gone through a divorce and found yourself through it all, then this is a speech that you should not only listen to, but you should also enjoy. For the next few minutes, I would like to share some of the reasons I value my family and how these experiences have shaped me into the person that I am today. My mom has taught me many lessons in my life, and they have shaped me to be who I am and why I am the person that I am. She has taught me one reason is to be strong and independent. She has made me realize that I don't need to depend on anyone but myself. If she can get through the pain of a 25-year-old marriage, that just shows me that I can get through anything in my life, no matter what the issue is. I'm capable of doing anything that I set my mind to. She also taught me to trust in God if I ever feel stressed. She always tells me one quote that always calms me when I'm feeling overwhelmed about schoolwork or just about anything in my life is just not going right. She always says, "Don't fear tomorrow because God is already there." This is a quote that just really calms me because it just helps me relax and focus on the priorities that I need to get through in my life. It just reminds me that no matter what happens, God already has a plan for me, and I shouldn't worry about what's going on right now because everything will work out the way it's supposed to in the end. After learning these things from my mom, I'm very thankful that I still have my dad in my life so I can get an understanding of things from a man's point of view. I have insight on how men think because of the way that my dad treated my mom. I learned from how quickly that men will just change their mind and that they can be pretty selfish at times. However, it helps me to realize not to give too much of myself to a boy and to keep all of my self-respect. Most girls my age believe that everything that their boyfriend tells them, and I know from experiences from my family that you can listen to a guy, but they'll tell you whatever they want in order to get just the one thing that they really want. I am thankful that my dad has learned the mistakes that he made, but also that he taught me lessons about it so I get an upper hand in life. I just learned to not fall so easily. A divorce is not only about a couple splitting up. It affects everyone in the family. Being a child who had to experience the splitting of my household really taught me a lot early in my life. But all of these things have motivated me to take all that I can from this experience so that hopefully I won't make the same mistakes later in my life. I'm a very independent now because once my parents split, I felt that I could make all my decisions on my own. I realize now that that maybe wasn't such a great idea, but it made me to make all my decisions and not depend on other people. I felt that I didn't need my parents to tell me right from wrong because I felt that they had already made mistakes in life, so why would I want to repeat what they had been through? I also learned to turn to God in my life whenever I feel like things were going wrong. I know that I can always depend on Him no matter what the situation is. He's the one thing in my life that will always be constant and forever lasting. He'll never leave me. Lastly, I'm very cautious about things in my life because of this divorce. I always overthink everything because I'm always concerned with what the outcome will be. At times I really hate this quality because I never really let loose and be crazy. But on the other hand, it pays off because I haven't made most of the mistakes that girls in my life have made and they had to suffer through. Although my family is pretty dysfunctional and far from perfect, at the end of the day, we are all there for each other. And now that I've matured, I can see all the things that I've learned from my family that I feel like if they didn't have a divorce that I wouldn't have learned otherwise. Divorce is the process of splitting a family apart. Although several years ago my family was torn into pieces, since then we've all grown, and from these experiences I feel that this is why I am the person that I am today.